Welcome back to Digital Devil Saga. Last time we defeated the two birds and made our way to the very top of the Karma Temple, and this time, it's the final battle. But firstly, some highlights for a brief bit of grinding that I did before this. Oh, finally. Xanadu Dekaja Dekunda. Well, this is just the Lakshmi experience, isn't it? Okay, there's Gale. Really? And there we go, everyone is level 56. I just don't like people's levels being uneven. Oh, and speaking of even, Argilla has an even 60 magic. 29 hours, that's a little on the long end for a playthrough of this game, but I have been talking the whole time. So, before the final boss, there is one other opponent. This opponent likes to use Nerve and Panic skills, so if I have both of those Voids on Cielo, which I do, and I don't even need Null Charm or Devil Feast in this case, I should be pretty good. Oh, actually, you with Void Death might be useful here too. It absorbs Earth, reflects Force, and nulls Ailments, Death, and Expel, so Zio is fine. Oh, actually, this boss does buff itself quite a lot, so I guess I can show off my new Dekaja. Cancel Kaja. It's a pretty apt description. Oh, actually, Null Death. That's gonna help. And you with Fizz Drain will be very fun. Okay, an overwhelming presence can be felt from the other side of the door, and yet it's not the final boss. It is Many-Headed Snake number 2 of this game. I'm sorry everyone, I remember everything now. I want you all to stay here, please don't come any closer. Trust me, this is for the best. Goodbye, thank you for everything you've done. That is all, leave immediately. So this is Ananta, or Shesha, the king of the Nagas in Hindu mythology. Ananta Shesha means endless Shesha. It's said to hold all the planets of the universe in its hoods. And it's used by Vishnu as a bed, who's often found sleeping on its back. And Vayu accepted his challenge, so that kind of fits given that I've got Gale in the party, that being his demon form. Vayu ended up swallowed, which removed the ability to breathe from all living things, but Vishnu asked him nicely to release Vayu, and he did. But in terms of his actual battle abilities, Ananta is interesting. Just like Orochi, his gimmick is that he has one press turn per head, and he generally likes to either spam normal attacks, spam Dia to heal himself very slowly, spam buffs, use Mudor to insta-kill people, or use ailment skills. So yeah, Elec and Ice and Fire and physical skills will be good for damaging him. So okay, let's go for, let's start out with a Debilitate. I do want to make sure that I set up Void Death where I can, because that's kind of one of the scariest things he can do. Let's go ahead and use Power Charge too. Okay, he's going for attack spam. Yeah, okay, good, that missed, yeah. Just like with Orochi, lowering his accuracy can help with this, because then he'll lose press turns. He can also Power Charge for a normal attack. And, of course, that was one that missed completely. So yeah, let's go for the Debilitate, and he can cancel buffs and debuffs. Though he might be one of the bosses that only does that if you debuff him to maximum stacks. Will I Void Death again? Or no, I'll Void Death again, I don't want to risk it. And Ragnarok to put his defense even lower. 1,000 damage without a oh, that was actually with a charge, right. And here is why I have the ailment shields on Cielo. And here's why I have Null Fizz on Heat. Well, actually, it's not why I have Null Fizz on Heat. I'm gonna try Fizz Drain next turn, but, okay, he is at minimum defense right now, gotta remember that. It might just make it so that he starts using death skills, we'll see. It's gonna be really funny if he goes for the Fizz spam with this up. Okay, yeah, there's Dekunda. Oh yeah, here's the thing. So, You're... Okay, he's doing this right. He's not using... There are times when he uses Dia with every head, and it's really annoying, because you have to sit through that animation over and over again. Okay, he's going for Tarakaja spam. I can Dekaja that, though. Yeah, of course, went for Mudo on the one turn I didn't use it. Maybe his AI is like, because I don't have a ton of experience fighting this guy. Maybe his AI is like, Vasuki, in that he actually uses whatever you don't have the shield for. But, sorry, but all your buffs are gone. And, power charge again, I guess. Don't have any shield set up this turn, though, so he might be... Oh, no, he's using this. That's fine. Okay, got confusion on heat, which is annoying. Yeah, basically everything he has is either nerve or panic, so you're not really in too much danger if you have those particular shields on Cielo. Debilitate you. Now I need to get that panic off of heat with a Panacea. And Ragnarok. Still going for the ailments, I see. This boss can actually be pretty rough. I've seen speedruns die to this too. In speedruns, you have to be very careful not to push his phase too much. Yeah, the problem with Ragnarok, though, is it does kind of push him closer to using Dekaja on himself. I guess I can Zeo with you, because you've also got Elect Boost and Elect Amp. I actually am going to need to heal, too. In fact, he can't even use Ragnarok right now, so you're going to attack. And you are going to use the, medical hit. Yeah, no shields up this turn. That could be worrying. But no, not if he decides to use Sonic Wave. Yeah, see why Cielo having ailment nullification is great? It's a pretty fun concept for a boss overall. Throwing a boss at you with so many press turns is kind of like the perfect test of how you've mastered the press turn system. Like how you'll deal with someone who has this many turns. And there he goes. Oh, our levels are uneven again. Oh well. It's funny that Heath might end this one level away from one level above everyone else, considering that he levels up the most slowly of the party. However, that may be the last time I use Ragnarok in the main story. Yeah, there's another Karma Terminal here, but I'm going to need to go back and heal. And I guess get new mantras, but it really doesn't matter at this point. I can just barely afford Wikipedia. Well, we at least got to Wikipedia before the end. Okay, now salvation is in reach for you. It just sounds like a cult thing. Ingest, I suppose? Yes, Heat is going to be going into the final battle with Wikipedia. I can imagine the final boss pulling an Oliver from Radiant Dawn and going like, this is proof that the junkyard is unraveling at the seams. But yeah, we have the rest of our party members here to talk to. But first, this is the last save point before the final boss, Karma Temple L. It's L because it makes me wish that it was a large Karma Terminal, and that is what is, as the kids say, an L moment. She did seem pretty adamant that we shouldn't follow her, though granted, if she's upset, we probably should still talk to her. It's finally time to find out the truth of what's really going on here, or at least as close to it as we can get. Can't turn back now. That right there is our pathway to the final battle. And this is the elevator that Sarah took all the way up here, but it doesn't work. I kind of wish it did. So I believe you actually have to reach this exact point in order to unlock the 4 Cardinal Beast fights. That's why I hate the fact that there's no large Karma Terminal here. Because now, if you want to fight them, you have to go back down, and if you want to go to the final boss after that, you have to make it back up here the hard way. However, I'm just going to be fighting the final boss here, and I'll be saving the beast until the post-game. But firstly, it's time to go over our mantra setups for the final battle. Now, I can swap in other party members, but I definitely want Heat and Surf in. Like, for reasons, I kind of want Gale in this fight too. But I will be using others. Now for this, I'm going to set Maragidyne on Surf along with Fire Boost and Fire Amp. That over Cocytus, because Cocytus is less reliable multi-target damage, but I still want some very good single-target damage too. Although for that I have Last Word, but I'm going to put in Archidyne actually. And Medeorama for you might as well be Diorahan. And of course, Surf needs Mind Charge. He can replace Argilau with Argidyne, but actually I'm not going for Ragnarok here. I'm gonna have to go for Executioner, and for multi-target damage, I guess Gate of Hell? Because here's the thing, the final boss severely resists Almighty, like 20% damage from Almighty, so that's why Ragnarok's not gonna be too useful. I don't think I need Atma bonus. Obviously, Gale needs Debilitate, and he's gonna go for Force over Elect skills. Oh, he has Makakasha. Yeah, I probably want that. Okay, Argilla's gonna take Medeorahan. Oh, actually, that could be a nice clutch option. Don't think I'll go with Zarndyne on you, I'll just take a buff. And how about you take both Dekunda and Dekaja? And let me look up what ailments this boss uses. Death Resist may be useful, as Petrification is definitely a threat here. I think actually we'll go for Muziodyne just so I have another area attacker in play. Do you have room for Null Death? I think I'll actually totally drop your Zeo and instead go for full-on Force and Null Death, because that will stop him getting petrified. Okay, Gale, we're ready. It's time to climb to the topmost level.
Angel! I know you're here!
Thanks to them, the shell has finally cracked open. You caused me quite a bit of trouble.
If I go back, will you leave the junkyard alone?
I do not like wasting time. Do you really think I'd agree to that, knowing what I plan to do through you?
No. I can't do such horrible things. Please go!
Impressive, but you are the only remaining cyber shaman. It took 5 years to perfect the virus, but you can already use it with ease. However, I do not like wasting time. This wasn't easy to find. You care that much? Since you show no signs of regret, I'll make this simple for you. Seraphita.
These are clouds?
So the entire junkyard is vanishing. That's something. Yeah, they told us to go on ahead, but, kinda looks like we might be the only ones left now. No, that same green looked like the green that Angel was carrying. Someone as powerful as Sarah, huh? Well, we might be about to face her, and, I get the feeling that Gale may know her. This is our first time seeing Angel in the flesh, but you might recognize her as the woman from Gale's occasional flashbacks. As for how Gale knows her, we'll find that out later. But Angel seemed to be crying in those flashbacks.
Stop! I'll do anything you say! Please! Don't delete them!
Sarah!
Yep, there it is.
Is that Angel?
Thank you for coming. I intended on bringing you back, but plans have changed. This matter no longer concerns you, so why don't you be good little children and leave?
We've had enough of your damn orders! We are taking Sarah to Nirvana. So get your snobby bitch ass out of the way!
Stop them.
Stay back!
What are you doing to us, Sarah?
I'm glad that we could say goodbye. Don't. You can't. Please stay back. Stay where you are, sir.
Damn it!
Please stop. I beg you.
You are beautiful. To survive, you devour others. A demon epitomizes karma in its simplest form. That should not be wasted. But your hopes and beliefs are utterly worthless. At last we shall see the maturation of the seed I have sown in you!
Bring it on!
Yes, she is yet another Avatar tuner. Her demon form is Harihara, the combination of Vishnu and Shiva from Hindu mythology. There are many origin stories for Harihara, but as many different Hindu schools revere Shiva and Vishnu individually as the supreme being, some decided to revere both with this combined form. Onmyo refers to like yin and yang. What's also interesting is that since Vishnu is the preserver and Shiva is the destroyer, it means that Angel has the power of preservation and destruction, but not creation. That's actually pretty relevant to what's really going on in the junkyard, but that's for later. So she actually has two phases, and this, I believe, should be her Vishnu form, which uses mostly ailments as well as buffs and debuffs. Her Shiva form is more offensive. Also, she has no resistances, it's just that Expel Death and Ailments won't work like all bosses. I'm gonna go for Mind Charge. And, okay then. This form, actually, Ragnarok is fine on this form, it's just, spoilers. It won't be fine eventually, but, for now, Ragnarok would be fine. But I'm mostly setting up for something different. Okay, that attack. That is, physical or mind damage. That has a 25% chance of petrification, so I'm kind of glad we never hit that on anyone. I think Archidyne with Fire Boost and Amp might do more than Last Word. Yeah, already down to red. That is, yeah, she will definitely be, switching over soon. However, I actually want to start going for Makakajas here. For reasons. Let's see, I guess I can go for an Archidyne here. Yeah, she's form shifting now into a Shiva form. It's just such a weird design. It's like one of those dolls that have changing faces. But yeah, now this form uses a lot of offensive magic as well as some other dangerous exclusive moves. Yeah, she has Genocide, Bloodbath, and Executioner in this form. She also has a severe physical or mighty attack to one foe, and yeah, that attack does a lot of damage. It's like one of the most damaging attacks in the game. So obviously we want to be really careful of that one. I think Heat is still power charged. Yeah, so, these phases, they're not really that bad if you are very strong. Okay, there's Executioner. She only gets one press turn, too, so, yeah, it's... This fight is not particularly dangerous. I almost want to stall until she uses her thing, because it looks pretty cool. I'm gonna go for Makakaja again. Nope, just that, okay. And Heat's even immune to that. Yeah, here it is. Yeah, that was my highest HP party member. So that attack is completely ridiculous. But something to note is that buffs on you will carry over to her next phase. Debuffs on her will not. So that's why I had Gale use a whole bunch of Makakajas in this phase. Now, one more hit from Surf may do it. Let's use Last Word for good measure. No? Oh, wait, no, hang on. Yeah, no, she is changing. So now she uses Hunger Wave. I said before that there was, I think I said before there were 2 enemies that do this. I was really lucky that time, wow. But yeah, Hunger Wave. Same as with Varren. If anyone gets hit by Hunger, they suffer a massive reduction to their defensive stats, and their only cure is hoping that Sarah cures them. I think I can debilitate her again. These won't carry over into the real meat of the fight, but okay, so we can do that. Okay, thankfully no petrifications happened that time. I can Executioner here. There is a reason I have Gate of Hell for this. How about we Archidyne again? Wow, that's a lot of damage. And she's shifting back into Shiva mode. Yeah, the wiki doesn't really have a great indicator of the HP of these forms. She does shift between both of them multiple times over the course of the fight. Power Charge and Mind Charge are your friend if you've unlocked them by this point. Kind of want to just pass with Gale and go for a heal. Especially since this is the form where she has the super damaging attack. But she decided to just use a normal attack, which is completely nullified, okay. Here we go. This is why I wanted to buff myself. Now the true fight begins. Also incredible music. So Harihara's final form has 6 cores. Earth, Wind, Water, Gold, Elec, and Fire. Gold is physical. Whenever one of these cores is active, Harihara's main body repels that element. So right now, she's immune to everything but Almighty, but she takes only 20% damage from Almighty attacks. All of these cores repel their own elements and use either the single target or a weaker multi-target attack of that element. The Gold Core uses... Let me just get up what the Gold Core uses. The Gold Core uses Skull Cleave and Power Wave. Harihara's main body doesn't really do a whole lot apart from Dekaja Dekunda, the occasional Hunger Wave, and Blood Curse can be annoying. But if she has at least 2 cores active, she can use a severe Almighty attack to all foes called Reincarnation. She can also restore lost cores without expending press turns. Now here's how I like to handle this. Destroy the core of one element, and then use the AoE attack of that element to immediately break the rest. So for me, I need to break the Fire Core, and then use Meraki Dime with Surf. Let's Mind Charge to set that up. So Heat's gonna go for Executioner against the Fire Core. Okay, the Fire Core is already gone. So now with my Mind Charge Meraki Dine, I can blast away all the other cores. And she will create 1 random core per turn. Depending on which core she creates and your party composition. For example, okay, Earth Repel's fine. I have nobody using Earth right now. I like her, like, the way that she slams her hand down there. It's almost like she's using, like, a judge's gavel, but okay. Curse on this many people's not great, though. Maybe I can actually, because I want a lot of people to take part in this fight. Let's go ahead and deploy, let's deploy Cielo in, because we just had an Earth Core come out, so, we can't really be using Argilla. Okay, Dekaja and Dekunda may be useful. Suppose you can Maziodyne. Okay, the core didn't die there. You generally want to be taking out one core per turn, otherwise she gets close to using Reincarnate, and you don't want that. It's very powerful. Also, this part of the song was pretty nice. So yeah, next element core. What's she gonna make this time? That looks like ice. All force. Now that seems like force. Yes, it is force. And there go my buffs. But at least they carry over to the first turns of this phase. Okay, there's Pterodyne. So yeah, all the cores get a turn too. But since none of them are fire cores, I can just spam Mirakidyne. And yeah, they only have like a little over 400 HP, so you don't even need Mind Charge to take them out. I guess I can Maziodyne the main body, and then Debilitate maybe? Her actual damage output is not really that bad on her own, so keeping her debilitated is not, like, the most important thing out there. As long as you get rid of her cores, she won't be able to do her most dangerous attack. She can use a sweeping normal attack that hits the entire party by default, and she got rid of her buffs anyway. Debuffs. Yeah, let's Mirakidyne again. Yeah, I did like 2,000 damage to her main body before with the Mind Charge, and only like 600 now. So on that note, I'm gonna actually start setting up some Makakajas, I guess, and then I think Surf will Mind Charge again. I sort of want to keep Gale and Surf in my main party for this and rotate my last slot out. So maybe Argilla will come in for some fun next time. Oh, that is physical, I believe. Yep, Fizz Repel. That's fine. Okay, yeah, here's a normal attack. Hits everyone. Obviously, as you can see from that. So, blast away the physical core. And, yeah, you're gonna actually deploy in Argilla over yourself, just because I'd like to have everyone. Like, this is what I love about RPGs that let you swap party members in. You can use everybody in the final battle. Okay, going for another core. As you can kind of see here, though, like, Harihara, as far as final bosses go, is really not that strong at all. She is considered the easiest SMT final boss for a reason. Although, if you get unlucky with this, things could get bad. Wow, did seriously nobody get hungry from that? That is insane. That is some ridiculous luck. Speedrunners would really love to have that kind of luck. Cause yeah, I was watching, like, I watched a speedrun of this fight, and it was actually pretty funny, because at one point, basically, they got into a situation where they're like, okay, I should be safe, there is exactly one thing she can do right now that can kill me. And then she does, like, a normal attack, and he's like, and that's it. I recommend watching this, but it's called Never Before Seen, but, oh great, she made a fire core. Clearly she doesn't like Surf, hitting her with fire right now. Oh, Hunger Wave again. Well, what's our chance of dodging this Okay, Argilla got hungry. But that's fine, because Sarah will cure her. I do like how they bring back the Hunger Wave gimmick for this, but, am I Mind Charge? You know, now's probably a good chance to Mind Charge myself. Because you should be able to blow up the Fire Core with Earth. There we go, Fire Core is gone, and... she could Dekage me if I do this. I'm actually going to go for... how about a Mind Charge Last Word? Okay, she... Wow! Oh, of course! She heavily resists Almighty. I'm stupid. Yeah, like, that's a good showing of just how much she resists Almighty. And she made the Fire Core again. She is really scared of Surf right now, and she should be. Vanity, yeah. Well, nothing. Okay, that was lucky. I'm gonna Mind Charge Surf again. I should be able to just do pretty much the same thing as I did last turn, apart from Last Word. So how about we debilitate you to get your defense down more? And then... Oh, wait, no. Right, then Surf doesn't get the turn. Oh, well. Did you just seriously make fire again? I know, it's definitely random. She clearly doesn't react to what elements you're using on her, but it's really funny that she's like, just making fire constantly right now. Yeah, that attack can be dodged. You know what? Let's Medea. Rama. I'm just gonna pass some turns here, because I would actually kind of like... No, wait, I need to Zandine that core away. Otherwise, Surf can't get his Mega Fire off. There we go, it's done! Many people consider Harihara to be only the midpoint of this game, seeing as DDS2 is,
Impossible!
a thing.
Do you have any idea what you've done? No, everything will disappear. Nothing can stop it.
I mean, you could have explained to us what that glowing green thing in her hand was. That might have helped. Just saying.
The gate! Run to the gate!
It's always just the thing with these villains. You fool! You did the thing that I didn't tell you not to do!
You too!
No! Surf is still... Surf!
Come on, bro!
And that was Digital Devil Saga 1. Obviously, this is only the first part of a larger story. That ending would be pretty unsatisfying on its own. We never really found out exactly what the junkyard was, what Angel's plan was, what she was even trying to do in those last cutscenes. Yeah, there's You Got A credit for the original plot. And why everyone remembers things from not the junkyard. So I will definitely be covering Digital Devil Saga 2 after this. It really does need to be launched into quickly after the first game. Thankfully, you get pretty much the main explanation of exactly what the first game was very early into the sequel. You don't need to wait very long before I can finally talk about all of that stuff because, yeah, there's a lot in this game that takes on a very new meaning if you know what's really happening. But that does not mean that this game is not a worthy standalone game. I actually think that in terms of mechanics, dungeon, and boss design, especially some of the optional bosses that I'll be fighting in the post-game, so look forward to those, this game may be better than the second game. And I do think this is one of my favourite games in the whole broader SMT series, both mainline and spin-offs. Even though this story leaves you with more questions than answers, I still think the characters are incredible and the development we get there is good. We have some great antagonists in people like Bat, even Mick's pretty decent, and Harley as a first starter antagonist is great too. Of course, we'll find out what the deal is with them eventually too. Just the general visual design of the areas, the core concepts, I'll just say that Digital Devil Saga 2 is, it's a bit less esoteric in terms of its overall world design. For good reason, but we'll get into that. The soundtrack too is very different across both games. They're both amazing soundtracks, but I do think that DDS1's soundtrack has something very special to it too that makes it worth playing. Overall, yeah, despite this game being fairly short, I also think that works to its strength, because this game doesn't waste time. Every cutscene does exactly what it needs to do and does not take any longer than it should. Oh, there is Argilla's girlfriend again. It's interesting. The ship is even more canon in DDS2. It's kind of insane considering like Atlus's track record with LGBT content lately. That like you'll see there's even more LGBT content in the second game that I'm looking forward to going into. But like the fact that like Argilla and Janana is basically canon, and nobody seems to really mind that. But yeah, what I'm trying to stress is that in spite of the fact that it is clearly only the first part of a much longer story, this is still a very worthwhile game in its own right. I honestly think, like, I don't mind the fact that these two games are sold separately. You get enough gameplay content in DDS1 to keep you satisfied for a while. And that's without even thinking about challenge runs and the like. Now, I will say that if you are going for the ultimate super boss in this game, you are going to spend a lot of time grinding mantras, because you basically need to not only hit level 99 on the whole party, you also need to basically master, well, you don't need to master every mantra, that helps, but you do kind of need to master a lot of the important ones. You really need salvation on everyone. You need to have the weakness resist, no, you don't need to, but it helps. You need resist death on everyone. You probably need either a very strong Almighty attack or Ragnarok on everyone. You also need to farm for noises. It takes a very, very long time to set up a file for the ultimate boss of this game, who is somebody very special. If you're at all familiar with this game, you probably know who that is. Also, there's Koji Okada. He's generally considered like one of the fathers of Megaten, and I don't think he's really involved with them very much anymore, and so yeah, it's nice to see his name in the credits, which are approaching their end because we've got these shots of Angel there. And I will say, yeah, I praise the US localization here. They did a really good job. Oh, Number also did Persona 4's localization, I'm pretty sure. I've seen interviews with him. And yeah, we've got some translators here too. But yeah, like the dialogue is all on point. The English voice acting is pretty good. The characters are all portrayed very well. Yeah, Danger is the US exclusive opening theme for this game that I definitely prefer the European and Japanese. Like, it's fine. I've had people kind of calling me out on not liking it. It's fine if you like that song. It's not a terrible song or anything, but I generally prefer Prey. But now... a sneak preview of what's to come. There's that black sun from the game over screen. And remember what those people in the Embryon base said about the sky being orange? We also have the option to save a New Game Plus file. A New Game Plus, all of your mastered mantra and skills carry over, but your levels do not. You have to start back from level 1 again. The Ultimate Super Boss is only available on New Game Plus, so do not do all of your mantra and stat grinding on your first playthrough. You will be very, very annoyed at wasting that time. But I'll discuss New Game Plus in more detail next time, because the main endgame content I want to show off is at the end of my last file. There are several bosses that I didn't get a chance to fight, and many of them only unlock once you reach the top of the Karma Temple. And after that, it's the one you're probably all waiting for, the title bout. What is often considered the hardest super boss in JRPG history. Look forward to all that in the post-game of Digital Devil Saga.